and welcome to my kitchen, and we're ready to make some lunch snacks for the week so that my kids can take them. And usually I send extra so they can share with their friends at lunchtime. Today we're going to be making traditional whoopie pies, and we're going to make the filling in my own way. It's not a very traditional way, but it has an extra ingredient that most whoopie pies don't have in the filling. And we're going to start by making the cake part of the whoopie pie. And for those of you who don't know what a whoopie pie is, it is a traditional treat that it has its roots from what people say in the Amish communities. And the reason that they're called whoopie pies is because when people would eat them, they would go, whoopee, because they would be so happy that they were so delicious and they had such a lovely treat. These are going to be traditional, so they're going to be chocolate cake with a creamy filling inside. But you can keep your eyes open here on my channel. We're going to be making several different kinds of whoopie pies in the coming months. And I already have a pumpkin whoopie pie with a maple cream cheese filling on my channel, so I'll make sure and I link that one below. Super easy, super delicious, and let's get started. We're going to go over the ingredients, then we'll break and we'll bring the mixer over and we'll get these things going. We're going to use 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of either tapioca or cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. And then for the liquid ingredients, we're going to use 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 cup of vegetable oil, not olive oil, 1 teaspoon or tablespoon rather of good vanilla extract, and 2 eggs. So I'm going to break. We'll get things going in just a minute. Okay, before we get the mixer, we're going to go ahead and we're going to measure the dry. We're going to mix the dry ingredients together. And I've taken to pre-measuring everything in these mason jars because they're easy for you to see what the measurement is. So there's our flour and our cocoa, there's our tapioca starch, our baking powder, sorry, baking soda, baking powder.
Always doing that?
Huh? I know I'm always doing that. And our salt. And I'm just going to whisk these together. And today I'm using a Dutch processed cocoa. You can use whatever cocoa you like. Just give this a good mix around so that everything is evenly distributed. That way when we get ready to add this to the wet mixture, you'll have it all ready to go. I had a lot of people ask me recently, when I did my cupcake recipes, why I added the tapioca starch or the cornstarch. It gives the cake a moistness and a loft. It will give you also a very tender crumb. So that's why I add it. That's just a personal preference. So we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way and bring the mixer over this. Okay, we've got our sugar in the mixing bowl, and I'm going to add my oil. And we're just going to give these a stir around, and then we're going to start adding everything. Now, the reason it squeaks is because of the beater blade, so don't worry about that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add our eggs. Add my vanilla and my buttermilk. Okay, I'm just going to put in about half of that dry mixture and give it a mix. Like a brownie batter. And there you go. We're ready to move on. Except that I got all this powder here, so I'm going to just scrape that in the bowl. Give it another stir. Now we're ready to move on. All right, I'm gonna grab a pan and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just gonna scoop this. I have 2 of these whoopie pie pans that I purchased in a moment of weakness because they were on sale. They were buy one get one free, and anybody who knows me and loves me knows that I am a kitchen gadget junkie. And I love these pans that are specialized and what have you. So I have them, so I'm going to use them. But you don't have to use them, and I'll show you here in just a minute. I just have my baking sheet lined with parchment, and you can just put it right there, scoop it. You can get about 12 on a pan. So that means you're going to get 4 down and 3 across. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill up my pans, and then I'll be back. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So that's what you're going to want to do. I'm using a 2-ounce scoop. No, it's not. Is it? I think it might be. I'll have to double check. I think it might be.
So we'll let them know when we come back.
I think it's a 1-ounce scoop because it's 2 tablespoons. Yeah, that's right. 1-ounce scoop. Tablespoons, ½ ounce. Okay. We'll be back. We're going to pop these into the oven. I'm going to put these down here on the bottom, and I'm going to watch them carefully. Pop these in on the top. 10 to 12 minutes. And don't worry, those will self-level in the pans, and it's all going to be good. So we'll be back when these are ready to pull out. Alrighty, these are ready to come out of the oven. And we're just going to set these aside and let them cool. And then we'll be back and we'll make the filling, and we'll show you how to put these together. There you go. Okay, we're going to move on to making the filling. Our whoopie pies have cooled, and it is now after supper for us. So we're going to go ahead and make the filling. What I have in the bowl is 1 8-ounce brick of cream cheese that has been softened, and 1 stick of butter that has also been softened. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to beat these together until they're light and fluffy. Okay, now we're going to add this is a 7-ounce container, about 2 cups worth of marshmallow cream. And there's really no substitute for this. It really does give an amazing consistency to the end product.
Minus 1 finger.
Minus 1 finger, because somebody had to have a taste, didn't he? I told him, you stuck your finger in there and now it's going to throw my entire recipe off. Ladies, if you can't give your husband a hard time, who can? Okay, we're going to beat this together. And now I'm going to tip in about a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to beat that in as well. Tip in an entire 2-pound bag, just like we did when we made our buttercream, of confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar. Now we've got a lot of moist ingredients here, so we're going to do 2 pounds of powdered sugar. You're going to mix this slowly at first because you don't want a snowstorm in your kitchen, like I keep saying. And there may be a possibility you're going to have leftover icing, but you can just put that in the freezer for another use. Just beat that for a few minutes until it all comes together, and then we'll get ready to fill our whoopie pies. But I'm going to taste it first.
Oh, we're going to use a spoon.
Huh? So good. So good. Alright, we'll be right back, and we'll fill us up some whoopie pies. Okay, we're going to go ahead and fill these, and what you're going to do is, you're only going to put the frosting on half, on 1 piece, and then you're going to have the other piece is going to go right on top. So if you line them up on your baking sheet and just flip over every other one like I have, then they are going to be all ready for you to do what you got to do. And this frosting squeezes really easy. You don't have to use a pastry bag like I am. You can easily just use a Ziploc bag. And then just whoopie pie time! Beautiful. So what I have here, I have 12 whoopie pies, and then I have another 6 waiting for me on the other sheet. So this recipe makes 18 whoopie pies. Super easy to put together. You'll want to go ahead and put these in an airtight container. Whoopsie. Not whoopsie.
Whoopie.
Whoopie. Okay. Alright. I'm going to make the rest of them, and I'll be right back. There you have it. 18 whoopie pies ready to go. These are going to be lunch snacks, like I said earlier, for my girls for this week, and we always send extras along with so they can share them with their friends. My girls are very, very generous, and they love to share with their friends, so whenever I make a treat like this, you can rest assured quite a few of them are going off to school to be shared at lunchtime, since I'm not allowed to share them for parties in the classroom anymore. But lunchtime, they have little control over what I send to school with my girls. So, there you have it. Beautiful and easy whoopie pies with a creamy marshmallow filling. Oh, marshmallow and cream cheese filling. I hope you try them. I hope you love them. And until next time, I'll see ya. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber, so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram and Google Plus and Blogger. I have a blog over there, and you can take a look at that. You can subscribe to that feed as well. And don't forget that every recipe that you see me do here on YouTube, with the exception of a few earlier ones, you can access all of the recipes over on my website, noreenskitchen.com, where you will find printer-friendly versions of those recipes so you can print them out and keep them for your own. So, I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!